Hey you guys, it is Nurse Desi. I'm back with another video. If you guys are new to my channel, let me introduce myself. My name is Destiny. I'm a 23-year-old registered nurse. I work in a medical surgical ICU, and I'm about to come on to my 1 year of being a nurse in the ICU. And I just recently announced that I got accepted into CRNA School. And I want to say thank you guys so much for the love and support that I got on my last vlog. If y'all have not watched my last vlog, go watch my CRNA interview vlog and me finding out that I was accepted into my dream CRNA school. And that was the only school that I've applied to. So just amazing, y'all. I am just so happy for the support. Thank you guys for showing me so much love, and for all the people that have reached out to me. Thank you so much, and I'm wishing you guys the best luck on your nursing school journey, your ICU nurse journey, and your journey into applying to CRNA school. I'm wishing you guys the best of luck, and I'm just so excited for this CRNA school vlogs, taking you guys along with this 3 years for me, and just showing you guys the whole process, because I don't feel like it's a lot of people that are on the internet that are showing their journey through CRNA school, especially people that look like me. So I wanted to do that. I wanted to show you guys that with hard work and dedication, it is possible. Like, I think it's almost unheard of for somebody getting accepted into CRNA school the same year that they passed the NCLEX at 23 years old. So if people say that you cannot do it, do not believe them, and make sure that you are believing in God, trusting yourself, having faith, and working hard, and you can accomplish anything that you want to accomplish. So that is the goal of this channel, you guys. I want to be motivating for you guys. I want to show you guys that it's possible to do anything you want to do. But today is January 6th. I am dressed and ready for work. I am starting my 3-day stretch in the ICU, and I haven't vlogged in so long, so I wanted to bring you guys along this 3-day stretch with me so we can get this work done. And I also want to give you guys some tips on some things that I'm going to be doing to prepare for CRNA school, since I will be starting in the fall. I'll be starting in August of 2025. That's literally only like 8 months away. So I have to work my butt off these next couple months, try to save up money, do the best that I can do, because I'm going back to school for 3 years. So I will be telling you guys tips and things that I'm doing to prepare in these vlogs as well. And then I will also be doing separate videos to answer your questions on all the things that you guys want to know about my process, my application process, what my stats were, what the interview process was like, everything. So I will be doing separate videos on that, but I'll be giving you guys little tips and tricks in my vlogs as well. So if you guys want to see this content, please subscribe, like my video, and come along. Okay, you guys, so I just ordered me a Dunkin' coffee on the way to work because I am just freezing. And if y'all have not tried the white chocolate toasted latte from Dunkin', it's 10 out of 10. I love it. But I'm about to try the hot one for the first time. I always get ice, and it's freezing outside today, and I just want a hot coffee. So I'm going to try the hot one. I'll give y'all a review. But on the way to work, I want to chat with you guys, and I just want to talk about the overwhelming support that I have received saying that I got accepted into CRNA school. I just was not expecting that. Like, I knew that you guys were going to show me so much support, but I just did not expect the people that I work with, the people that I talk to on the daily, my family. I just did not expect such an overwhelming support, because I told you guys in my last vlog that I don't like telling my goals until I reach them. So nobody in my job knew that I was applying into CRNA school, and that is advice that I have for any of you guys that are interested. I don't care if you're in nursing school, if you just got your first ICU job, do not go into that job and tell everybody that you want to apply to CRNA school, and definitely don't say it on your interview day. Don't tell even the people that you are very close with, that you talk to on the unit. Don't tell anyone that you're applying into CRNA school. It is not like gatekeeping or anything, but you just have to realize that not everyone is as happy for you as you are. And a lot of people will do some very weird things to try to sabotage you, to sabotage your application, when you get to the point when you're applying and you have to start asking people for letters of recommendation, be very strategic with who you ask, because you don't want to go up to certain people that may be hating on you on the low, and then they try to do something and sabotage your application and say something crazy. Because the thing about our letters of recommendation, you cannot see them when that person submits them to the school. So you just have to trust that this person is writing something good about you. And you also have to make sure that you are a good nurse and that you have shown a good professionalism when you're at work. Like, don't think that you're going to be able to just go to work, be lazy, come to work late, don't take good care of your patients, and then expect everybody to be like, oh yeah, I'll write a letter of rec for you. Don't expect that. You really do have to be a good person and be a good nurse as well. So that's why I feel like the people who I asked were very willing to write me a letter, because they've seen my work ethic and they've just seen how dedicated I've been over this whole time. Because I've worked in my ICU as a patient care tech for 2 years, and people that work with me closely know, when I was in nursing school, I was at that job working my butt off. I was studying every day. I achieved a 4.0 GPA in nursing school despite working full-time night shift in the ICU. As soon as I got out of school, I immediately started working. I did amazing in orientation. I got off orientation. I got the sickest patients. I really worked my butt off for this. So it's not like I just came through and I was just like this cute, pretty girl and I just get everything easy and everything easy happens for me. No, like, it did not happen like that. So I was just so shocked when I announced it, and my charge nurses were messaging me and they were like, I'm just so happy for you, so happy for your growth. Like, it's rare for everyone to be so supportive of you, because people know that, yes, I may have a small amount of experience, but in this experience, I have maximized my learning, and I still plan on doing that as well. Like, even though I'm in school, I'm still working very hard in the ICU, trying to learn the most that I can learn before I go back to school. So I have shown that I'm able to do this, but the whole process is just it's very scary, and you don't want everyone to know where you're at in the steps, because not everyone makes it into CRNA school the first try. I know people personally that have applied to 9 schools before they've gotten accepted and had to work for over 4 years. So that's another thing that people don't take into account, is that you don't want to start telling everyone, oh, I'm applying into school, and then things don't go your way, the interview doesn't go well, and then if you don't get in now, like, everyone knows that you didn't get in. Like, it's a lie. So just make sure that you keep certain things to yourself until you're ready to share. And be very strategic with the people you ask for certain things. Just be smart when it comes to your application process, because you don't want to fumble it. It's a very, very important thing that you don't want to fumble. All right, y'all, I just ordered my coffee. I'm waiting in the Dunkin' line. But y'all, I forgot to tell you guys, I started trying to vlog last week because I did work. I worked January 1st. I worked on New Year's Day. I worked the 2nd and the 3rd. I only had 2 days off, and now I'm doing another 3 in a row. My schedule this month is just horrible, but I ended up getting some really good patients last week. And I had a patient that had a pulmonary embolism, a huge pulmonary embolism. But he was so nice, and I was just telling him, I admitted him from the ER, and I was just telling him about the things that we can do to get rid of the clot. It's a lot of ways that we can do to get rid of a pulmonary embolism, but we originally put him on a heparin drip, and then there's options to get a thrombectomy. There's also a procedure that we have called ECOS, where we infuse TPA and heparin in the pulmonary artery to break up the clot. So there's several ways that we can do to get rid of the clot. So I was just giving him like the education, because that's one thing I love about being a nurse, educating my patients. I was telling him about everything, and he was like, you sound like a doctor. He was like, have you ever thought about going to be a doctor? And I was like, that is probably one of the biggest compliments that you could get from a patient. I was like, well, actually, yes, I've gotten into my doctoral program. And he was so happy for me, y'all. I loved it. Trying the hot white chocolate toasted latte from Dunkin'. So let's see what this tastes like. Y'all, it's so good. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's it. And even the ice is good, but if you get ice, get it with oat milk and get it with sweet cold foam on top. It's amazing, but so good. And since it's so cold outside, like, I needed a warm drink. That's good. Hey you guys, so I am off of shift 1 out of 3, and y'all, today was such a good shift. It started out so good because I first came into work and a nurse was like, oh yeah, there's somebody on the phone for you, they're trying to bring you a gift. And I was like, what? And y'all, I told you guys earlier on in the vlog that I've been getting some amazing patients. Like, I have been getting so lucky. And apparently a patient I took care of last week got discharged from the hospital, and they wanted to come and bring me a gift to thank me for just taking care of them. And y'all, that was just so sweet. Like, as a nurse, I really don't like taking gifts from patients. Like, I'm just happy to be able to get my patient better and go home. And I'm just happy to be somebody to just make a difference in somebody's care. But the patient insisted on giving me a gift, and they gave me this really nice card and just wrote this very, very nice card out to thank me. And just very sweet, y'all. Very, very sweet. So that started off the shift amazing. But I did have a very, very sick patient, y'all. They gave me a patient that was in cardiogenic shock, that really needed to be in the CV ICU. But the thing about the MS ICU is that we can get technically any patient, so we are like a dumping ground, which is what I really do like about the MS ICU, is because you never know what you're gonna walk into. But I got a patient that was in cardiogenic shock, that was also in septic shock, that was on CRT, kidneys failing, renal failure, on multiple pressors, just the whole nine. But I like those type of shifts because something about me, y'all, I love critical care. Y'all know I love being an ICU nurse. Like, I know some people are just like, ooh, it's too much, but I love hanging up drips. I love titrating drips. I love keeping my MAP above 65. I like it all. I like starting up CRT. I just love it. Like, it's so satisfying. Like, besides being able to just take care of patients and get a patient better, but it's something so satisfying about being able to just start a medication and instantly seeing the response, like having an A-line, central line, patient clean, bathed, all my lines were labeled. Like, I am one of those just type A personalities. So if you are a person that is just type A and you love all the drips and you like critically thinking and also the skills part about it, because one thing that made me want to be a CRNA versus being an MP is because I really value that hands-on skills when it comes to like putting in IVs, titrating drips, just having that hands-on patient care. I really value that. And with MPs, depending on what setting that you're in, most MPs are either in the outpatient setting, or there is acute care MPs who are like in ERs and things like that. But the majority of MPs, like if you do family MP, you're more of the treating and helping to diagnose patients and doing the workup, and I also do enjoy that too, because I love educating patients. I like teaching patients about treatment plans and things like that. So I do think I would have been great at either job. But one thing that I noticed about being an ICU nurse is that how much I really love doing the skills portion. Like the other day at work, I just was like throwing in IVs in my patients, just doing all these, titrating all the drips. And I was like, I really enjoy this. Like, I think I would be very bored if I was just sitting behind a computer putting in orders. I need that like movement. I like to kind of be on my feet. I like to think quick on my toes. Like, I like that type of stuff. So that is another thing that sold me on being a CRNA. I don't think that I would be fully satisfied being an MP, because I will be missing that hands-on skills portion. And of course, as a CRNA, I will be putting in arterial lines, intubating patients, putting in epidurals, spinals, putting in a central line. Like, I think I would really like that. And of course, it's scary, especially when you're first learning it. But I thought about how me being a new grad in ICU, a lot of things were scary to me until I just started to just get good at it. When you start learning things, you become more confident in it. So like IVs, sticking your patient for labs, like putting in NG tubes, Foleys. Like, the more and more you do certain things, you get good at it, and then it just becomes like a routine thing. So I'm pretty sure like in school, after I master, you know, intubating patients and just doing all the things, I think I will really enjoy it. So that's why I chose CRNA. That's another reason why I chose CRNA. There's multiple reasons why I chose to be a CRNA, but that is one of them. And like every day that I'm at work, I'm sold on, like, yes, I do love my job. And that's one thing too, is that if you don't love being an ICU nurse, and if you just don't enjoy certain things about being an ICU nurse, you got to figure out what you don't like about it, because you don't want to pursue a career and then end up in something that you don't like. So make sure that you don't just go into something because of the money, or because you just see everybody else doing it, so you think that's what you need to do. You want to really make sure that you shadow and know what you're getting yourself into before you like sign up to go back to school. Make sure that you actually enjoy the job of being an ICU nurse too before you know, embark on the journey of being a CRNA. But yeah, so your girl's made it home. I'm about to eat my breakfast and go to sleep and wake up and do it all over again. So I'll talk to you guys when I wake up for shift 2 out of 3. Hey you guys, today is January 7th. I am just ready for shift 2 out of 3. Wish me a good shift, y'all, because they worked me yesterday. They definitely worked me, but I still had a good shift, but they worked me. So let's see what shift 2 out of 3 has. I'll let you guys know when I get off. Bye. Hey you guys, today is January 8th, and I'm dressed and ready for shift 3 out of 3. Y'all, I did not come back to y'all yesterday because they worked the heck out of me last night, especially at the beginning of the shift. So the patient that I was telling you guys that I was taking care of my first night, that was in extreme cardiogenic shock, soon as I came into work, they were telling me that he needs to be rushed down to the cardiac surgery for an Impella. For y'all don't know what an Impella is, it's a device that can be inserted into your like left or right ventricle to help pump your heart. And I already knew he needed some type of cardiac device because he was sick. He was very sick. So thankfully, we don't manage those devices. So I transported the patient down with the surgical team, and then I gave report to the CV nurse, and then that patient went to CV where he can get the specialized care that he needs. So that was the beginning of my shift, like soon as I walked into the building. And then I was just left with my one patient, but my other patient had floor orders and she was pretty stable. So my charge nurse actually asked me if I wanted to go home at midnight. And y'all, I really would have took it, but y'all know I gotta make my money. I'm about to go to CRNA school. So I was like, I'll stay. And another girl left, so I took over her patient, and her patient was also stable. So I had two pretty easy patients towards the end of the night, but it was just the beginning that it wiped me out. But your girl is now ready for 3 out of 3. Hopefully I have a good last shift, but I'm only off for 2 days before I gotta go back again. So not ideal, but it is freezing outside, and I'm just ready to be done with this little stretch. So I will talk to you guys later. Hey you guys, so I am back home from shift 3 out of 3. I already took my shower and I'm in the bed, y'all. It feels so good to be home on your 3 of 3. If you're a nurse, you understand. When you know you don't got to be back that night, it feels amazing. But I forgot to come back and update you guys on how my shift went. So I had a great 3 out of 3, y'all. I had one of my patients back, and then my other patient got discharged. So I got one new patient. But my new patient was on CRRT, but I told you I love CRRT. That would probably be my favorite device to run it in my ICU would be CRRT. I love running dialysis. So had a CRRT, but it was a stable CRRT. Patient was doing great all night. So I was able to really relaxed. Like, I had a really good night. But I had a patient's family member that was just so sweet, y'all. Like, me and her, we really bonded all night. And I was just kind of like, I had time on my hands, so I was just sitting in the room and just kind of listening to the patient's family, and just them telling me the whole situation of how the patient ended up in the hospital. And y'all, make sure that if you're a bedside nurse, like, I know we are so busy all the time, we're always overworked, but anytime you have time, like, really try to take time to talk to your patients and their family members, because they're going through a lot, and you just would never imagine all the things that they have gone through. Like, the patient's family member, she pretty much witnessed her dad cold for 30 minutes. And thank God that the patient was in the ICU, so the patient was able to get all the life-saving treatment, and now the patient is doing much better. But that's a traumatic experience that you just don't get over in a day. So I was pretty much talking to her, and I understood personally because my father passed away. So I got really teary-eyed just hearing her story. And by the end of the shift, me and her were crying together. We were hugging each other. I was like, being a nurse is it's so rewarding, because you have those emotional, deep connections with people that you literally just met that day. It's very strange how personal you can get, and how deep of a connection that you can make with people in such a short period of time. It's really amazing. So that is one thing that I will miss about bedside nursing. But one thing that I know, that in any field in healthcare, you have the ability to touch patients and make connections with patients and their family members. Even if I'm putting them to sleep in the OR, I still get to pre-op patients. I get to speak with them before I take them back to surgery. So I know even as a CRNA, I have the ability to make connections with my patients. So that was just like, it was a really good day. But your girl will be off of work for only 2 days before I have to do another 3-day stretch. I told you guys I have a really bad schedule this month, but I did this to myself because I graduate from my residency program next week, and I wanted to do my days kind of back to back so that I can get those days off for my graduation. So that's why I will be doing the schedule. But I'm glad I am off these 2 days, because I'm in Georgia, and if you guys know, we are having a winter storm tomorrow. And we're suspected to get a lot of snow, and apparently the road conditions will be very bad. So I will be sheltering in place. Even though, y'all, I'm from Chicago, I'm kind of used to the snow. But in Georgia, things are always different because we don't get snow that often. So we don't always have the snow plows and salt on the ground and all those things. And we get a lot of black ice. So it can be very dangerous when we're having snow and freezing conditions and things like that. So I will be staying at home, but I do got to work on Saturday. So I'll probably be vlogging again that week, so y'all can see my next 3-day stretch and when I graduate from the residency program that I've been in for a year. So, and before I end this video, I want to thank you guys again for all the support that you have shown me on my last vlog, me announcing that I got accepted into CRNA School. And I know I've been getting so many questions, so many DMs about like how my application process went, my stats, all those things. And I promise you guys, I have those videos coming soon. So please subscribe to this channel. And all the information will be coming very soon on the CRNA School information, and vlogs and all that will be coming soon. So please subscribe, comment, and like this video. Ask me any questions that you want so that I can put it in those videos. So thank you guys again, and I will see you in the next vlog. Bye.